If you're looking for fun, easy, and modern ways to add Christmas cheer to your space, then you've come to the right place, because in this video, we're going to be making a festive boho garland, some DIY Christmas art, and more. So let's get started. Hey, I'm Deanna. Thanks for joining me for this Christmas DIY video. I really love making holiday decor. It just gets me in the Christmas spirit. So I hope this video leaves you feeling inspired to make some of your own decor too. Let's jump right into the first project. For this project, we'll be making a festive garland with a boho flair to it. I've got these wooden beads, which I purchased at the dollar store, and this hemp cord and yarn, which I got from the secondhand store. The other supplies I've got on the table are a ruler, a pair of scissors, the cardboard tube from inside a toilet paper roll, as well as some sewing needles. So let's start off by making some tassels out of the yarn. Unravel some of your yarn to start. And then take the end of the yarn with your thumb, just hold it in place for now at the edge of the tube, and then just start to wrap loops lengthwise around. For this thinner yarn, I'm going to be doing about 20 loops. Once you've done your 20 loops, just snip the end of the yarn. Set this aside just for a moment. And now I'm cutting a piece of yarn about 10 inches in length. Take this piece, slide it underneath the top of the loops, even out the strands, and then I'm going to tie a knot right across the center here. You want to tie this nice and tight. And if your yarn feels a little slippery, you can always double knot it. And now with my scissors, I'm just going to snip the opposite end from where I tied the knot. Where the knot is, this will form the top of the tassel. Lay this aside for just a moment. I'll cut another piece of yarn, this time again about 10 inches. If you're going to be tying your tassel onto something afterwards, you can leave a strand or two up to act as the tie. But for this project, I'm going to be tucking everything in. So I'll pull all the strands down nice and even. I've got the knot at the very top. And now with that other piece that we've just cut, I'm going to tie it about 1/2 inch from the top of my tassel to create that little ball at the top of the tassel. And again, you might want to double knot this. And that's all there is to it. The yarn tassel is complete. Here's one that I made earlier today where I left those top 2 strands out. I wanted to give you another idea of what you could do with these tassels. I'll start by threading the ends through my yarn needle, and then slip a few beads over the strands. And then you can tie off the end to make a loop, and you've got a really cute tree ornament. I'm going to need more tassels for my garland, so I'll just repeat those steps until I have enough. I'll be using a few different colors of yarn here, and this pink one here is quite a bit thicker, so I'll only have to wrap about 10 times around the cardboard tube. Now it's time to string the garland. I'll be using this hemp cord as my base, and I'll start by cutting a piece about 5 feet long. Tie a loop at one end, and this will be a way for you to hang it when we're all finished. Before I start stringing, I'm just going to play around with the placement of the beads and the tassels to get an arrangement that I like. So I'm just going to lay it all out here on the table, and then once I have an arrangement that I'm happy with, I'll string it onto the hemp cord. Thread the hemp cord through the beads and through the center of the top of the tassel. If you're having trouble feeding it through, you can always use something like the back end of a paintbrush to create an opening for it to slide through a little easier. I'll just string on these last few beads, and then I'll tie a loop at the end, and then we can take a look at the finished garland. Here's the finished garland. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the finished look? I think this would look great on a fireplace mantle or on a banister. I'm going to hang it a little later on in the video, so I'll just set this aside for now. Let's move on to the next project. I love the idea of temporarily repurposing the frames that you already have hanging on the walls in your home to add a little Christmas cheer. Now, there are tons of ideas online of making simple DIY Christmas art that's easy and inexpensive, like cutting a piece of wrapping paper and inserting it right in the frame. I saw these gift bags at the dollar store, and I thought they'd make some perfect Christmas art. I'll just trim them a little to fit the frames, and then use a little piece of painter's tape on the back to tack them into place. Put the frame back together, and you're done. Easy, and it looks great. Another idea is stamping patterns on paper using homemade or store-bought stamps. I love that you can customize the colors and patterns to match your decor and then frame that and hang in your home. Now, I've got a video all about DIY stamp making for Christmas, so if you're interested in learning my tips and tricks, you'll want to check that out. Look for the link in the description box below. If you like the minimalist look, a simple handwritten word or phrase just on some cardstock will do the trick. For this, I'm using a black marker, but it would also look great in a color or a metallic marker too. Once you've finished writing your words, then you might need to trim your paper a little to fit your mat and frame. And then use some painter's tape just to hold it in place. Such a simple project that creates a beautiful, timeless look. Let me know in the comments below, what words would you choose for your Christmas art? This year I've created some downloadable art prints that I'll be sharing with you for free. A downloadable art print is a digital file that you download onto your computer and then you print either on your home printer or take it to a local print shop and have them print it for you. This is a great idea because it saves you time and money by not having to wait and pay for shipping. I've got 2 prints here that I designed and had printed ahead of time for this video, and they were printed out in a couple of different sizes. So when you get the downloadable file, there'll be lots of options for different sizes to fit the frames that you already have at home. I'm working on a collection of downloadable art prints that will be available in my Etsy shop soon. But as a special thank you to you for watching this video, you're welcome to download and use these 2 prints for personal use. Look for the link in the description box below. Here's a look at the finished set. I like the modern look of these, and I think the colors are going to tie in nicely with the garland we just made. We'll hang it all up in a little bit, but first, let's move on to the next project. This project is perfect for anyone with a small space, if you don't have room for an entire Christmas tree, or even if someone just wants to add a little bit of greenery to the room, say styling a console table or an entrance table. I got these 2 large glass vases at my local thrift shop, and I stopped by the garden center to pick up some Christmas tree branches. I'll be arranging the branches more like a bouquet and then decorating that this year for my Christmas tree. I think it'll be easier to set up inside my house rather than here in the workshop and carry it up. So let's bring it all inside. It's time to decorate. I've got a mix of white pine, spruce, and cedar branches here. I'm going to arrange these like a bouquet in the vases. I take a look at the natural curvature of each branch before putting it in. I want them to curve slightly outward or straight up to give a cohesive look to the bundle. Depending on your style, you could leave these bouquets just as they are for more of a Scandinavian or minimalist look. Or you could decorate them like you would a normal Christmas tree. I've got a few ornaments here that I've painted up with some chalk paint in a variety of really pretty matte pastel colors. And I also have a strand of mini lights here, so I'm going to go ahead and put these on my trees. I really love the fun combination of the tassel, garland, and the prints. I think this would look great above a headboard in a bedroom or across the mantle just above the fireplace. Comment below, where would you hang this combination in your home? I had a lot of fun making these projects. Let me know in the comments below, which one did you like the best? I hope this video leaves you feeling inspired to make some of your own holiday decor and add a little Christmas cheer to your space. Thanks so much for watching. Merry Christmas.